So, hey everybody, yo 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 to the yo yo yo, phew, I made it. Welcome to the BeautyBubble Experience, episode 501.a. Hi, I'm your host, BeautyBubble, and now accepting Bitcoins. We're just here really to have some fun and watch the 1 minute chart for just a little bit as we get ourselves oh, you know what I need to do? I need to start recording. Start recording then. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo. Phew, I made it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the BeautyBubble Experience, episode number 501A. Get a real giggle out of that. That's A as I work OBS Studio 20. Imagine they're on version 20.0.1 for Mac. So I shouldn't feel so bad. I mean, that's something else. They're able to continue being open source, and it's a very cool, little bit of a learning curve for me, but welcome, welcome, and we are getting some activity on the charts. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and power it up, and we'll move into the chart right now. Get yourself seated. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin USD Coinbase pair as it takes another move. It has gone long, and I have concerns anytime that we go long after a very kind of volatile dip, and also with some crazy news that came in today. Oh, now I'm running out of power already. Shoot. But I thought we'll keep it on the tick. And I really took a look at the OBS tonight to try and figure out, you know, should I open up more windows to show more charts? And I think what I am going to do is at least show 4 charts, and we'll just do the 4, the 15 minute, maybe the 15 to 3 and the 1, maybe something like that. But at least go through 4 names and see how long that takes. And also, if it's a real pain to do it without opening up these other tabs. I can't seem to figure out how to do it any other way, except for to just go ahead and get in the chart and change the instrument inside of the menu on the chart. So, but welcome to a nice little push that we're getting here, and I'm going to proceed with confidence that we are live on YouTube, because I have started recording, I've started streaming, I've started recording, and I think we're going to be just fine. All right. So here we go. Why don't we go ahead and give ourselves a little checkup from the neck up as to where we are with things. And we'll go to the 1 hour. Going to look very clunky and complicated, but don't fear. It won't be if you come back and watch as I develop the chart. But starting from left to right, we can see that we started going long, and we went long, and we went long enough to get myself into a volatile swing so that I could build a Fibonacci, which I did here. I'm not too sure that my cursor is working for you guys either. And so that's the first marking that you get in order to calibrate where price is and how it's reacting off of these very important Fibonacci numbers. And as you can see, we did barely miss out on the double top up here. If not, we got it by a couple cents above. But no reason to build another swing. I may have temporarily, not for public consumption, but I may have temporarily so that I could get a progressive on what might happen once we got here. We got this excellent reading, however, of this tweezer bottom down here. It's not perfected. That's why you see that little arrow there. And if you'll notice, this point in time on the right hand of the chart acted as support. And tweezer bottoms can do that. That's why you want to take a little special note when they happen to see how healthy the support line is, because the fear was that this would collapse in on itself and bring us down to the 243, which is this cobalt dotted line right here. There we go. All right, so price came here, came into some highs. We didn't know if this was going to be the end of things, did we? But we got the one candle that really took us all the way through what was left of the long and brought us into the short territory of Ruby. With 4 or 5 hours later, we got our cross, and plenty of time to decide whether or not the shorts wanted to be in, and then the longs just kind of petered out and decided that they did not want to take advantage. It was a great width for the long to hold up, but we have so many other things going on in the market that wasn't meant to be, and so the price fell apart. As soon as I could, you'll notice that I built as soon as this wick came in, I went ahead and I built a lower trend line, and also to locate the reverse. Actually, I should say once this area came in that I knew, okay, it might be that we're looking at a perfected channel. And so I went ahead and I cloned the support line and the resistance line, and also another Fibonacci, which you'll see often on my charts. So then the break of the channel came here, and this is what we're getting now, these wonderful candles, which I would expect that if we are going to continue in this momentum, that it will be candle over candle to the upside for, and I'll go ahead, I know it sounds crazy and I'm not talking about any other indicator, but we'll go ahead and we'll do a 9 candle count and see how this thing holds up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in our 6th hour with 26, 28 minutes to go. So it'll be really interesting to see if we can hold on to a 9 candle push. That really takes us out of a lot of clutter. From the left-hand side of the chart, you'll notice this apex here that we really need to get up and over and above, and that's why we're probably getting snagged out there. Even though it's a buyer's candle and a seller's candle that started the channel, it acts very much like the tweezer in that it attracts price, and you can either find this in a volume profile or other indicators that show pivot, and you'll notice that this price is responding to what happened over here. Okay, so we get a break, and we'll go into the, now you can kind of get a visual of what's happening, I hope. I hope. And we will take a quick slide right away into the 15-minute. And now you can see, here's the push where Ruby went long, out of the channel. And there's a little bit of confusion here. I did actually say in the prior day's video that, you know, we want to make sure that price is cleared the EMAs in a decent enough way. And, you know, we got a pretty clean cross with the 96 holding, but below the 51, 52 line. And that's pretty decent. There's some problems with the distance away from the 243, but we'll take it. And so the trade, it went long, and Ruby went long on the 15-minute. We've only received one fractal move down, which is just a rest and retest. We tested the recent high, and then we got the push candle after this. These are just momentum candles or thrust candles that are able to get enough energy to keep the price up and people interested and wanting to put the risk on. We don't want these candles to dry up. If it's to be, then we'll have participants that will want to come in and you know, make trades. If we don't have people coming in and making trades and putting on risk, then you have sideways chop and ambiguity and four-way dojis and all sorts of nonsense in the chart that makes it very difficult for traders to keep their attention span going and not become lazy themselves, waiting for something to happen. This is what makes the Ruby Cross such a great tool to follow, because it's just a simplified cross with other EMAs that act as guides to help you evaluate the strength of the move. So we are waiting. We're up 3.98%, and we'll go into we went the 60, the 15, right? We'll go into the 3 minutes. You guys can see what it now looks like. Looks like, of course, a lot more flattened out now, doesn't it? It's not as, the projection isn't as crazy. And yet you can see that both buyers and sellers are in. And the sellers, it looks like maybe they wanted a little bit more off than they got. The buyers came in. Now it looks like the buyers are doing a good job at keeping price at 74.10, even up 3.98%. If I go to the 1 minute, I think on Ruby, on the OBS, it starts to lose a little bit of resolution. And but I'll go in it just so you guys can see what happens. And you see we get too many very dusty candles, and it doesn't really play very well. So I think maybe we'll just stay in the 3 minute, if that's okay with you guys, because we have the countdown clock, and that should help us. And we're not doing any depth of market, or not going to be opening up these windows or news crawlers or anything like that. I think we're going to try and keep it really, really simple and fun. All right, let's get back to the OBS. And let me get my window going. Let's see, where did it go? All right, I don't see it. Did I double click? Maybe I double click. There we go. So the only thing pretty much that I think that I'm missing out on is the heartbeat of YouTube. Let's do a quick transition. And that would be, I noticed today where someone had popped out their chat and put it in between the windows, but I don't think they're using OBS. I think they're using another software. But that's the only thing that's really missing. I mean, we certainly can open up a YouTube window, especially since I'm showcasing the show card right there. So I can do some housework while you guys are looking at the show card, I think. Give it a try anyway. See if that works. Alright, so I can see that we're live. So that's a good show. And I don't know if you heard that or not, but the fan did go on. And yeah, that's the only thing. And the thing about the chat is let me go ahead and pop the chat out. Pop the chat out, put it down below, X out, because we're fine. We are fine. And the only thing that I might be able to do is see what happens when I pop out the chat, what actually happens to the window. Put something here. Testing OBS. And then come back over to OBS. And yeah, you don't see the pop out at all. So I'd like to see how people are capturing the pop out then, because I know everybody does it. So we could add, because I'm wondering where is the pop out, like in real life. The pop out is, what kind of an element is the pop out? Because it's its own thing. Now I might be, are they putting it, maybe they're putting it on the desktop. That could be, okay, so to make myself a note as to, I'll go ahead and transition back over to the chart. Make myself a note on where, what source are they using for the chat, for the pop-up chat. That shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Now, the reason that I like the pop-out chat for us is that I'm able to take notes, copious notes, and then I copy and paste those and put them in the comments. And that way I can share links and price points and notes that I need to make, like even, you know, my scenes and sources. I can make notes on that, and then they stay with the YouTube upload. Kind of acts as a scrivener or secretary or little helper. Okay, and then the next thing I'll do, let me transition back over to the show card. So this works out really well because I don't have to bring anything down. I just give you guys the show card, and then I can mess around and find out what's going on. Check the trends, and then get the, I think we'll still do the tweet deck. Tweet deck up and going. That all looks good. Bring back OBS. Transition, and now we'll be up and running tweet deck. In prior videos I talk about the tweet deck. I do change up the columns. I will be spending more time with the columns and adding and taking down, and I'd like to really discover more of the languages. I had some Chinese columns up a couple of weeks ago, and I think maybe exploring other languages might be a good thing in the tweet deck. I don't think we'll be picking up anything that's too odd and unusual, but I know that on YouTube that there's certainly more foreign languages that are coming onto the scene, and so it might just be, you know, a healthy dose of reality to see what the rest of the world is saying in their languages, and how they're telling the story, and how are the storylines getting delivered to them, you know, without too much of a delay, which was an interesting conversation today. Is that, you know, are they as interested in these stories as we are, since we're such, you know, addicted to the press, and are there two prongs of what they get. And does the rest of the world follow the same sort of thing? Like for us, we would have, maybe our industry rags, and then we would have, our junk, our kind of junk mail gossip. So that might be a good thing, but right now it just stands that we have the Bitcoin column. I always keep the BitMEX rect column up and going as its own single column, and notice that none of the columns have retweets. So that keeps it a little less cluttered, and I know that each of the tweets that are coming in are indeed fresh from the author. So that's a good thing, and I recommend, definitely recommend that. So for now, it can act as our chat, and I'll still go ahead and use the pop-out to put the notes in. And let me see what else I can say about. I get to keep an eye on price from the tab at 74.19. I'll go ahead and check that out. And then come back over to here. And let's see. So that's the only thing I don't like. A lot of things are harder to do. Jeez, damn it. Bring that down. Come back up. So there's OBS. The visual is on TweetDeck. Take it back over to the, bring my OBS down. Bring it back over to the chart. Check OBS to make sure that it picked up the chart. I'm going to go ahead and X out of the chat. And go ahead and X out of TweetDeck. I think we'll wrap it up. And come down here. That's the other thing. There must be something that I'm not doing right. And then I need the kill switch for the volume too. We're going to see if this works. Okay, bring the mic up to about 40. I think that's going to be 25. Go to 25. I think that's good enough. I don't think I need to be shouting into the microphone. Okay, so I think that that's enough of that because I don't have that countdown timer, which I really think is important. So we will leave the trade at 74.18 flat, now dropping to 74.15 flat, up 4.05%. And this is the BTC USD Coinbase. I did promise you another charts one, and I get that out of the way. So let me bring this down, and we'll go to the LTC USD Coinbase pair right here, and we'll see what it's doing on the 3-minute. So just a little bit. And take it out to the hour. And we can see that there's been a lot of chop, a lot of things happening with Litecoin. Except for that, it based out, almost flatlined really, until it took this wonderful move into the 60s. It's at 60.94 right now with the high of 63.60. I'm not yet ready to draw any kind of a Fibonacci. We just don't have enough girth in the trade just yet, but fantastic moves for Litecoin. And we'll keep it with the 3-minute because as BTC is moving, we want to make sure that Litecoin is keeping up. Alright, so that's the Litecoin. Ethereum. And we'll do the Ethereum USD pair on Coinbase. And we'll move this chart out, starting with the hour. There are other pairs that have been much easier to manage than the Ethereum USD pair, but I just want to stay kind of clean, you know, just BTC, the Litecoin, Ethereum, just like that, and then we'll get adjusted and I'll get more markings on the chart. I have markings, of course, on other pairs that are of personal interest, but if we are going to just kind of reach just sort of a decent basket that might be more in line with when the CME comes out with its index, and we get those components. There are 9 components across three markets, 3 exchanges. I have it written down over at Twitter exactly. I'm trying to keep my mind open so that I don't get confused. I'll only go by once I see that ticker on IB, and once then I can know what the components are and have a little bit more information and not speculate too much about when it's going to be live, and just wait for them to do their proper release notes. But here's the Ethereum. And so on this particular trade, I think we could probably do ourselves a world of good if we were to go maybe out to the 2-hour, just to kind of see. It looks like I'm still going to have to squeeze this in, and there we go. There's the move. Okay, so I'm going to see kind of what I do. I know that the move went short, and that means that I can take it from the high to the low now. I don't have to do a progressive fib at all because the move has already taken place, and I won't do this with any kind of excruciating detail. You guys can see basically that I go from high to low when the trade is short, and the trade did go short. I'm picking up the high to the low. So we can see the halfway mark was here, and that's very good because really this would be the aspirational point right there, which would be the 312.73 or thereabouts. And there might be another Fibonacci that I could maybe do over here, but we will we'll put some lines in the chart over the next couple of days and see where we're at, but we'll definitely get the 50% marker in. So you guys can see me do that. Once again, we haven't made these lines perfect yet. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. 312.73 is the line. We'll establish free market equilibrium. So we know that the trade is below free market. We know that the trade is not necessarily all together, like in every instance. We've had some issues of longs, but for the most part, the trade based out. The trade went super short, tried to recover, and it's just been very volatile. So we'll go a little closer in. Go back to the 1 hour. This will give us where we can see that 312.55. That's our aspirational price point up there. And this is why I was saying we might be able to do another Fibonacci. We do it from the highest point to the lowest point. Go ahead and do that. We're doing our work here. And cover that down. So now it's a fib. It's not a fib on a fib, by the way. It's not a fib in a fib just yet. So you see the 303.96 and the 303.43. So we know that the trade, and you can see, the trade stays above the 294.48, then we have a good chance of staying in between the 298 and our near-term aspirational wouldn't be as high as it was earlier, that we would look for the 303.43 if the trade, and you can see these EMAs all clustered up above here. We'll move into a tighter time frame so we can see those a little bit better. And you can see that this is a reverse, right? Even though the Ruby short is thinning out, there's still so much pressure. That's the 243. There's the 96, the 51.52 line, etc., putting pressure on price. And so everything that happened down below, all this power, all this energy, including, look at this incredible atom left that you have here, is helping and assisting price to return to the long situation. And man, it's really done quite an amazing thing, you can imagine. I don't know how it did that today. 3-minute chart gets us in, and we can see that now it has indeed left Ruby, although look at the clustering here of all the EMA. So very difficult, very, very difficult. We'll reveal the charts you guys can see. So that's the ETH. So go back to the BTC USD. Remember, all Coinbase pairs at 7412. That's 7412. And we go there on that. We did the LTC USD Coinbase pair, trading at $60.91, and we'll do some more drawing on this one tomorrow. And then the ETH USD Coinbase pair, and you guys kind of have an idea of where that is right there. All right, so that's 3, and then we'll do the ETC. ETC is a little bit more delicate because I know that my peeps would rather have me do the ETH to BTC, and yet I want to try and keep everything as clean as I can, and it requires that I go into the Bitfinex, right? So we'll do the ETC, pardon me, Ethereum Classic, and you can see I do have a lot of drawings on this because I've done work on these pairs before. Looks like free equilibrium line was protected, the $13 line, 13.6 line. We're getting that very small little hint of the RubyCross long now with free market holding that. Incredible, brilliant, brilliant move on behalf of ETC USD. I'll push the chart out just a little bit here so you guys can see. Once again, I've been working on this chart now for, gosh, February, I think, more publicly, and it's been very interesting. I think maybe the first public chart I did was during Consensus in April. So I'm pretty proud that we saw the lacing pattern, we saw a little bit of a blowout, we saw this little Ruby kiss short, the 96 held price up, and now we're back at free market. So very, very interesting way that the chart has developed over these so many months. And now you guys are seeing the Ruby sort of try and kind of play out. It looks as though this threading of the free market line is pretty attractive. You know, it's attracting to ETC USD, but we will see how things play out over the night hours and into the morning. All right, so let me move back over to the McDaddy, and that is the BTC USD Coinbase for me. I'll keep it on the 3-minute, and it's now 2 o'clock on the East Coast. And we'll go ahead and transition out. Make sure that I thank everybody for stopping by in the replay. All right. Okay, that is it. We're going to wrap it up. It's 2 a.m. on East Coast of the United States of America. Thank you very much to the replay viewers that stop on by. We'll get better and better at this. I always promise it. I give it a try. It's not always successful, but I'm just going to keep working at it. You've been enjoying the BeautyBubble Experience, episode 501.A. And we're just going to go through the entire alphabet because I have a challenge to have 10,000 lifetime views on my channel as soon as I possibly can. This has been your host, BeautyBubble, now accepting bitcoins, and this is just having a little bit of fun with the show card. I'll talk to everybody real soon. Bye-bye now.